Hi, I'm Pav.
And I'm Neil.
And welcome to the Top 10 of Anything podcast.
Let's start the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We've always strived to cover all the hard-hitting topics here on the Top 10 of Anything podcast. From the existential to the controversial, this episode is no exception. Crisps! They come in all shapes, sizes, flavours. Some are puffy, some are hollow, some are crinkle cut, but they are all crispy. Crisps! Here's Fact Hunter Neil with 10 crispy facts about crisps.
Thank you very much, Pav. Here we go then. Well, us Brits eat about 500,000 crisps a day, made out of 17 million potatoes. We eat more than anyone else in Europe, an average of 100 packs each annually.
Oh, a bit premature sorry.
The first crisp served in a sealed bag emerged in the 1920s. The first big British brand, Smith's, served a twist of salt with them. Irishman Joe Spud Murphy of the firm Tato pioneered the first flavour, cheese and onion, back in 1954. The sound of crunching contributes to the pleasure of eating crisps. A study shows that consumers who eat crisps with headphones on become bored with crisps more quickly. And Walker's UK produces 10 million packs of crisps every day, using more than 350,000 tons of potato a year for the UK market alone. The man that invented the Pringles can, Frederick J. Burr, died in May 2008, and he was cremated. Ashes were buried in a Pringles can. Potato chips bags are not full of air, rather they are filled with nitrogen gas. The nitrogen prevents the crisps from oxidizing or turning stale. In the last 50 years, there have been over 100 different varieties of Doritos. And figures from Mintel reveal that people in the UK eat a ton of crisps every 3 minutes. This would be enough to fill a telephone box every 43 seconds and an Olympic-sized swimming pool every 14 hours. And the most popular UK potato varieties sold are ready salted, cheese and onion, and salt and vinegar. There you go.
Thank you. I've been enjoying these crisps that I'm eating. Yeah.
Having more than one at a time.
Indeed. They were fascinating facts, Neil. Thank you very much for that. Now, for such a hard-hitting subject as this, we need a hard-hitting journalist. So the first person we thought of was our good friend, ladies and gentlemen, Faye Hatcher is with us. Hello, Faye.
Hello, fellas. Lovely to see you again.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We just did this podcast so that we could talk to you again. That was the only reason we decided to work it out and sort of do all the bits and pieces that come with it. How are you?
Really well, thank you. Yeah, just surviving, thriving. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold at the moment, but just the idea of talking about crisps has perked me up this time in the evening. And Neil, I must say, those facts were amazing. My jaw was dropping every just incredible fact. I mean, how do you go about doing your research? Is it Wikipedia?
It's just you Google and you keep going. I never go to the top one, and then I just take a fact from all sorts of different places rather than just all on the one site.
Incredible. 500,000 crisps. What was it every year? I was thinking that's what I consume in just a day.
Yeah.
10 million packs of crisps every day from Walkers themselves.
Surely there aren't that amount of potatoes in the world.
I know, it's just mind-blowing, isn't it? And it's just
crazy.
It's a subject I love talking about. I mean, out of all of the snacks in the world, it's crisps every time. I'd much prefer a packet of crisps to biscuits or a bar of chocolate. Give me a packet of crisps every time. And I just want to put this out out there, because I know people look up to me because, you know, I'm a public figure.
Indeed.
Crisps should be eaten as part of a healthy, balanced diet. You know, you should have, you know, fresh fruit and vegetables in your diet, not just crisps. So it should make up your diet. But I've always just exclusively eat crisps all day.
Potatoes are vegetables, hence that's one of your 5 a day, surely.
Okay.
The fact that they're like deep fried and then covered in chemicals is maybe, you know. But
I'm the same as you though, Faye. It's my Achilles heel. If somebody was to offer me a snack, I'm straight in for the crisps.
I didn't know that about you, Neil. We've got so much in common.
Yeah.
The other thing about crisps is the fact that the name of them sound like what they are.
Oh, onomatopoeia, isn't it?
Onomatopoeia, yeah.
Onomatopoeia.
There isn't. I don't think there is what's the ASMR part of it. That is the thing that gets me with crisps, is the fact that they sound as nice as they taste.
And I love that fact as well from Neil about eating crisps with your headphones on.
Yes.
Because I see lots of my colleagues, obviously working in radio, eating at their desk, eating crisps with their headphones on. They are not getting maximum pleasure out of eating that packet of crisps if they've got the headphones on. And it's like eating a packet of crisps on an aeroplane. Not that I do that very often. But yeah, you can't hear the crisp, the crunch.
Yeah.
All
And that's
part
half
of it,
the enjoyment, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Good crunch.
Plus the flavor. But we're not just talking about crisp flavors here, ladies and gentlemen, listeners. We are talking about specific types of crisp. So if we happen to mention a particular supermarket or a particular brand, we are not being paid by them. You know, we're not in their pocket, as it was. We are just giving them love because we love their products. So if they want to come and give us free crisps and stuff,
I can't accept free crisps.
Of course you can.
But you could have a crisp party and invite me around.
You'll be the first on the list. You'll be the first on the list.
I mean, what would that look like, a crisp party?
Well, I'll tell you what it'll be. Neil will be led on the table, completely naked, covered in Pringles, with a little twiglet pointed somewhere else.
Yeah. Across my moustache.
Is that what you guys are calling
it? And I'd walk into your shed, and you'd either hand me a pair of chopsticks or some tweezers and go for it, girl.
Go for it. Yeah, I'll be back in an hour. We'll see how much you can do.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the salt and vinegar wouldn't be down the bottom part. That's for sure.
And I'll tell you what now, if there are any representatives from certain, like, you know, Walkers or Tesco or anything, they're thinking, God, we can't miss up on this option. No, we've got to get in there. So,
yeah, we need pictures, obviously. Of the party afterwards. But
don't worry. Yeah, we will TikTok the hell out of that.
Carefully.
That just made me sweaty. About that. Oh,
I just want to wake up the day after this podcast goes out and have an email from, like, you know, Tesco's customer service or something. We'd be interested in sorting out your crisp party.
Partnership.
Yes, partnership. Right, let's kick on with our top 10 crisps. Faye, what is your number 10?
Okay, so in at number 10, I think Walker's going to get quite a few mentions tonight, but it is Walker's Pickled Onion Monster Munch. It's an absolute classic crisp, fun to eat. You end up with smelly fingers all day and bad breath and burps. My daughter loves pickled onion crisps as well, Monster Munch, and there's absolutely no chance of a multi-pack lasting for 5 minutes in our house, but I just love them. Love them. Do they appear on your lists?
Monster Munch does, but a different flavour
appears.
Okay.
And likewise
appears.
Be interesting.
But the one thing now, this goes along with things like the Twix, which we did mention in our chocolate bar, our very first episode. Obviously I've got bigger than being a kid, but Monster Munch aren't as big as they used to be, are they?
Your hands have got bigger, maybe. Is that it?
I don't know.
I don't know whether the actual crisp is any smaller, but the packets definitely are. But that was a universal thing that they did, wasn't it, with the packets?
Right.
I'm not sure. But it was only recently that I worked out that the shapes aren't feet. They're actual monsters, aren't they?
Well, it's up to
Monster
you.
Munch.
I think there's a couple of suggestions on the packet, and my daughter was reading the packet the other day, and she was like, "What do you think, Mummy? Is it a monster this way, or is it a foot that way?" I think it's up to you how you interpret these, Chris.
I didn't
really.
realise they were so deep. I just thought they were just.
You're joking, aren't you?
And I have to say, out of the 3 flavors, I think the pickled onion ones are my least favorite out of the 3.
What?
I must admit, yeah. But again, that's me
interesting.
personally. That's me.
I bet you're beefy, aren't you? Or flaming hot.
Well, that's the other 2. It's going to be one of the 2.
Oh,
One or the others.
I'm going to leave you in suspense, Faye, just for a minute. Right, Neil, what's your 10?
I put it generically because I'm not particularly bothered where I get them from, but onion rings. I'm a huge fan of an onion ring, but saying that, I have to give up eating them quite quickly because they do make my mouth sore. So it's a bit of a temptation that I know as a consequence to me.
Right. So you mean like Ringos, those kind of things?
Ringos, Tesco onion rings,
Yeah.
all the supermarkets, home branded onion rings. I love them to pieces.
Okay.
Ringos are different to onion rings.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like to
Ringos
put it
are more
out there.
smooth, aren't they? They're
Yeah,
not powdery.
they're
like-
lighter. It's a lighter snack, but onion rings are quite dense. And
to be honest, I haven't seen a Ringo in years.
oh, I have. They sell
really?
multi-packs in Aldi. Yeah, salt and vinegar and cheese and onion
Oh,
flavour.
I'll have to
It's a
try those
classic.
again. But yeah, an onion ring is a classic, just a party one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Party crisp. Put it on the table. Everybody has a little delve in the onion rings. But it's the same as the pickled onion Monster Munch. Once you've finished, everything stinks of onion, doesn't it? And it's
Yeah.
not. I
Well,
mean,
there you go. There you go, Faye. For the crisp party, we can play Ringo toss.
Yeah. Excuse me.
I'm a bit worried about Carl's comment. Everything smells. Sorry, Neil's comment. Everything smells of onions.
It does. Your
Where are
breath,
you
your
putting
face.
them?
Oh, just yeah, but you should see me eat Chris. It's not a pleasant sight. It's literally like that, you know.
Oh, Lord.
Fistfuls of the delights in my face at once.
Fistfuls of onion rings. That,
I'm not going to mention the colleague, but I used to work with this guy. He would just sit at his desk and just demolish a packet of crisps, and it would be like hand and
Oh,
and
really?
he'd eat a packet in 20 seconds. It's like, how are you enjoying that? And he had his headphones on as well, so
Oh, right.
Oh,
it
yeah.
can't be any worse than that.
Okay. It was Nibsy, wasn't it? It was Nibsy.
He's got his
Okay.
own room. He's got his own room. I never watch him eat.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's a
doesn't let
different
people
level.
watch him eat.
No, different level, isn't it? Bless him.
Yeah.
Love you, Steve. Love you.
He doesn't eat chops.
Yes, my number 10 is actually the specific Tesco cheese balls.
Oh,
Specific. Now, I'm pretty sure that during our Thursday night radio show that we used to do, didn't we have a game where we were trying to throw cheese balls into each other's mouths?
We did, yeah. Was
I've done
Faye
that.
there?
I don't know whether
wasn't
no.
invited to that
No.
one.
Faye wasn't invited to that one. I don't
No,
think. I
we've
think it
done
was
that.
just. I think it was something we did before we pressed record, Neil. I think.
And of course, we've also had our sort of get together in the evening and barbecued
We did
the cheese balls
during the summer. We
How
did.
did that work out then?
Quite nice, actually.
Yes, actually, it was the bacon
Frazzles.
frazzles
Yeah.
that actually tasted really nice when you stuck them on a fire pit or whatever they're called. Anyway, so number 9, Faye.
Number 9, Walker's prawn cocktail crisps. My husband hates fish, so I know these crisps are safe in the house, that he's not going to raid the crisp cupboard and eat them all. They're just simple and crunchy, and I just love the flavorings and the seasonings on them. So yeah, they're just lush. Love them.
Yeah. I won't say I've got something a little bit later on, but it's more specific on that. But prawn cocktail, I think.
I bet it's
Yeah, no. Prawn cocktail is my favorite and flavorful. I think crisp flavor. I think.
No
I think
way.
whether it's a Pringles, whether it's like say Skips, something that melts on your tongue and kind of thing. But yeah, that's a good shout. That is actually. Neil, where do you stand
I'll
on
bring up.
fish?
I love a bit of prawn cocktail, but I'll speak more about that at another time.
Okay. So what's your number 9 then, Neil?
It is the flaming hot Monster Munch.
Oh,
I enjoy these. These are a packet of crisps that you eat where you enjoy sucking your fingers afterwards. To me, because it doesn't have leave a residue on your fingers, but it's a gift that keeps on giving. You finish the pack and then you start all over again, getting rid of the substance that comes off them, the crumbs and the bits. It's a great thing. But I'm with Pav. The pickled onion Monster Munch I find a bit too strong. I do enjoy a pickled onion crisp, but the flaming hot are just perfect. I nearly put Cheetos, but I actually prefer the flaming hot Monster Munch over Cheetos. So.
Do you remember when they first came out and it was like there was always, just 2 flavors of Monster Munch, and all the kind of advertising that went around these flaming hots? It's like, can you handle it? Can you handle it? And I could, yeah.
I mean, they got a little hint of a heat, but they're not hot, are they? Really, they're just a little bit spicy. But they're gorgeous crisps.
Yeah,
there's one. All these I can devour in seconds. So let's not say too much on that.
I haven't got that one, so obviously you'll know which Monster Munch I've got coming up a little bit later on. So number 9 for me is something that goes with something, which always makes it a bit more special. So for number 9 for me is a poppadom. Because I know that I'm having an Indian takeaway or an Indian meal with it. So it makes it that little bit more special. And I think it's it's one of those things that you can layer with stuff on top of it. So you can whack a bit of your curry or a bit of the rice or dip it into your mango chutney or whatever. It's a great, It's a great partnership within the meal. So it's not just something I wouldn't basically eat them on its own. It needs to have something with it.
I've got a very, very quick funny story about it was a ex-colleague of my husband's, and they all went out for a curry, and he was like a proper radio jock. He's like, yeah, talks like this. And
it's Nibsy, isn't it? It's Nibsy.
He's giving it all this. And anyway, it turned out that it was the first time he'd ever been out for a curry. And this guy's like in his late 30s. And he'd kind of looked around, whatever everybody else was eating that night. And he was like, I want to order those big crisps. And he was like, poppadoms? You mean poppadoms, right? It's just like, where's this guy being beamed down from?
Oh,
but
my
yeah,
God.
big crisps.
Did he enjoy them, though?
He did, yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Who doesn't enjoy a poppadom?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about a poppadom. I don't sort of class it. Well, I do, but I don't think of it as a crisp, if you see what I mean.
Right. And can you remember, Faye's far too young to remember this advert, but it was a lager advert. I think it was at Carlin, maybe. And the guy took a big, massive bite of a poppadom, and it just like sort of all crumbled and like crushed as he was eating it. And it always looked it just looks so nice, but obviously you don't get poppadoms. It was a big, massive poppadom that he had. Yeah,
I'm a fan of getting the mini poppadoms in a pack and a jar of mango chutney and zipping away. Just saying, it's very nice.
Okay, right, Faye, then you're number 8.
Well, this leads really nicely to my next selection, which is Walker's Sensations poppadom. So it's the mini poppadoms. Mango and red chili flavor. I can just eat the whole bag in one sitting. They're just so addictive. And again, a real family favorite. They'll just get hoovered up in our house. But yeah, they don't last 5 seconds here.
So it has mango chutney flavor on them.
Yes.
Did you say? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And I think that the other one is lime. I think it's lime or lime pickle. But
and
mango and red
isn't
chili. Yeah, that's it. Is my favorite flavor.
Wow, I've never seen them.
They're good, Pat. They're very good. Again, I've forgotten about them.
Wow.
But amazing crisps.
Thank you, Neil.
They are amazing crisps.
I know.
Although we can tell out of the 3 of us who's in Big Walker's pocket, can't we? Look, N, 9 and 8, all
it's
Walkers.
Just the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid.
It's the way the crisps. That's what it
does.
Right then, Neil, you're number 8.
Bbq Pringles.
Oh, that's my number 4.
Oh,
I had some of those today.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, on a picnic.
And again, a gift that keeps on giving, aren't they? You can't stop eating them once you pop.
Once you pop.
But what a flavour. It's probably the best barbecue flavour on crisps.
Yeah.
I can't think of another brand of crisps that does barbecue flavouring so well.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to
well.
put prawn cocktail on there, but I thought, no, I prefer the barbecue over the
Yeah.
prawn cocktail. They're just perfect accompaniments.
That is my favourite. Is there also, now I was thinking about this, I know we're getting really deep on crisps here, but is the reason, because you get that thing where you grab a pipe of Pringles, whatever it is, and you just start eating them, and before you know it, you've had at least like half the tube. Is it because they're all a uniform shape that you get into a rhythm when you're eating them? Whereas with crisps, they can be like, you can grab a handful, can't you? And like, but it's sort
you
of
have
like,
to kind of manage them around your.
yeah.
You have to
Whereas these are just, they're all the same shape, so it's almost like you're on a production.
Thought about it like that before,
and you just.
But don't you find the further you get down the tube, the more you take? You're like, start with one and then keep going one, and then
because it's an effort.
Just have one, can you?
Yeah, because it's an effort, Neil. You know, you get your chubby hand into there, and you think, well, there's no point taking one. I'm going to grab at least half a dozen.
And I use the plastic lid as a plate at the end to get the crumbs out of. Exactly. You don't even need to dirty your own sauce, plates and bits. So
I shouted at a small child today because he took too many from the tube. I was like, don't forget the rest of us. I said, you can share those with your brother. I said, you're not having any more. I was really grumpy about it.
It was one of your children. You wasn't just in a supermarket and having a go at it.
He was in our group, but yeah,
that's fair enough.
I was quite stroppy about it. Yeah,
that's
my crisps, my crisps. I'm sharing them with you, but just have two.
Bless. My number 8 is Beef Monster Munch. There you go.
I knew it.
Like I say, I'm not a particular fan of the pickled onion ones, but I do like the flaming hot ones. But I don't think you can go wrong with it. Is a sort of childhood thing. It reminds you of having them as a kid. Just the smell of that the beef. And I never really looked at the shape of them, to be honest. Although I would think that they were feet. I used to bite the toes off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just eat the whole thing. I would bite the single toes off and then eat the ring. Oh,
that's your wedding ring, isn't it? That's your wedding ring.
Yeah, that could well be.
Left. No, that's the Ringo, Faye.
Yeah. Yeah, or the hula hoop, or it could be any kind. You could have one for each finger, to be perfectly honest. Okay, number 7 for you then, Faye.
So Walker's cheese and onion squares. They are super crunchy, taste sensation. My only criticism is you just don't get enough of them in the packet because I could just keep munching on those.
You'll have to get a grab bag now.
Yeah,
that's what we all have to do, isn't it?
But the thing is, a grab bag is what the old normal bag used to be. That's where they get you, see. That's where big walkers get you, see.
Big walkers? Is that their official name, is it?
Well, it's like Big Pharma and that sort of stuff. It's big walkers, isn't it?
Big walkers.
Although saying that, I mean, what have you got? Golden Wonder, Walkers. I always think Walkers is Smiths, but Walkers is the top, I believe.
By a long way, I would imagine.
Do you know you can only get, if you go into a pub in Ireland, you can only get cheese and onion flavoured crisps over the bar.
Really?
Yeah, well, that was my experience anyway, which I just thought, that's amazing. We don't give you any choice. You just have cheese and onion crisps.
Had they just sold out of everything else? Or?
Might have been that. But no, my friends who lived in Dublin said, no, that's it. That's the only flavour you get.
Just cheese and onion. Wow.
You can't beat cheese and onion flavour.
Yeah, cheese. Especially Walkers. Walkers. And again, it's that whole thing of, you think of cheese and onion, what colour do you think of?
Green.
Blue.
Oh no, yeah.
Blue.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Whereas, and then like salt and vinegar for me is green.
Yeah.
Yes.
But isn't it the other way around for?
It is for squares. Yeah.
Yeah. It's strange.
Squares is a green packet.
Yeah. Very strange.
But how does that work?
I don't know, because isn't it? I think for Golden Wonder, it's green.
The other way around.
Cheese and onion. Yeah. I don't know. It's all subliminal. I'm sure there's all subconscious, like heavy feelings. Neil, you're number 7.
I think it's Smith's, but bacon frazzles, the proper ones. I think it's Smith's, isn't it? But they're just a joy. They're the ones that properly taste of bacon. I think some of the supermarket ones, even though they toasted up quite well and tasted nice, they're not a patch on the original Frazzles, are they?
No.
Always reminds me as a kid as well. When my dad we used to stop when he played football, we'd stop at a pub. I would sit outside with my pop and straw, and he would always let me have a bag of bacon Frazzles, which was wherever they were on the bar, weren't they? Hung up.
Yeah.
Neil, are you getting confused with bacon fries?
No, Frazzles in the olden days, yeah. And then the new things came in when we got a little bit older, the bacon fries and the scampi fries and that. But no, it was Frazzles always when we were little. And I still love them to this day. I quite often, when I'm in Asda or whatever supermarket, they always seem to sell them a bit cheaper than other crisps. So I always treat myself to about 4 or 5 big packs.
and they're one of your melt in the mouth kind of crisps, aren't they?
They are definitely a great crisp.
Okay.
Yeah. And great in a sandwich, because I'm a fan of putting crisps in a sandwich.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And bacon Frazzles are brilliant in a sandwich, especially a cheese sandwich.
Oh yeah, you can't beat just a good. I mean, I know people that. Well, we've spoken about it on a Thursday. Just a plain tomato sandwich, and I don't know. Right, so Faye, is that yes or no? Tomato. Would you have just a tomato sandwich?
No, I don't think so.
Have you ever heard of that before? Or
I've heard of just a beetroot sandwich. I'd have a beetroot, but yeah. And it's got to be a really good tomato just to have it on its own, like a really flavoursome one. But yeah, a crisp sandwich is just excellent, isn't it? Excellent.
Yeah. Ready salted crisps and cold baked beans. In a sandwich is
a sandwich.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Makes the bread too soggy for me.
Weirdo.
Yeah, beans in a sandwich. Beans on toast.
Just get a bit of bread, some butter, and some baked beans on half the bread, and just fold it over and just eat it. Oh my god! Now we're talking. Top 10 favorite sandwiches we should do. That's another one.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Right, my number 7 goes along with the poppadoms, which means that you're having a meal with it. Is prawn crackers.
Okay.
I absolutely love prawn crackers. Again, get a nice curvy prawn cracker, fill it with some rice or some chow mein, eat it all in one go. Job done. Jobs are good. Especially if it's like the next day Chinese that's left over. You got that. Then I was gonna say, then the prawn crackers are a little bit chewy. They're a little bit damp and a little bit chewy. You can't beat it.
Have you tried the Thai crackers?
Yeah, they're lovely because you get kind of different, slightly different.
They're oyster sauce, aren't they, or something like that?
Oh, I don't know.
Some are hotter than others as well. Different textures. Yeah, they're really worth.
Really?
They're worth a go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
He's making notes.
I am now. I'm starting to get hungry. Now I really am starting to get hungry.
I'm not tea. I'm starving.
We're all the same.
We're all the same. Right, Faye, you're number 6.
Okay, well, I'd be really interested to hear from your listeners whether they have spotted this next packet of crisps anywhere, because I can't find them anymore. But it's M&S extra cheesy. Well, I'll say What's-Its, but they're not What's-Its. And I've looked online. The normal kind of cheesy What's-It type crisps that M&S smell.
Kind of thing. Right.
Sell. They're called cheese tasters, but these were like double cheesy. And I used to get them on my way home from work on a Saturday, and there's like a service station down the road from us, so maybe they just sell them at service stations, I don't know, but they're so cheesy that they send your fingers orange and it looks like you've smoked 1,000 fags. It's like nicotine stained. And then I'd look so I'd eat them as I was going home, and I'd look in the mirror and I'd have like a big orange circle around my mouth. I'm like, yes.
What about the crumbs all down the front?
Just flick them all on the floor. It's fine. I can't seem to find them anywhere. So maybe M&S have stopped making them. But yeah, if any of your listeners have bought a packet recently. Love to know where you get them from. Yeah,
The more cheese, the better.
yeah.
I mean, they're not just cheesy; they're extra cheesy.
They're extra cheesy. Yeah.
Is it just a generic cheese, or does it like advertise cheddar or something like that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really study the packet. They just they all go down. But all I know is that they're extra cheesy. But yeah, they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous, but I can't find them anywhere.
Wow. Right. Okay. Well, again, M&S, if you're listening, Faye wants some extra cheesy tasters, whatever they're called. Is it tasters? You said they're called?
Well, the normal ones that they sell, which look like What's-Its.
Right.
They're called cheese tasters, but of course they can't call them What's-Its, can they?
No.
But these are extra cheesy ones.
Extra.
Okay, they're extra cheesy. Have you got that?
All right, Faye, we got that. Yeah, they're extra cheesy. Okay, Neil, you're number 6.
Is Walker's sweet chili sensations.
Ooh.
I do enjoy a tang, a bit of a kick of heat with certain things, and I think they're a perfect combination of both in that. Lovely. And again, a great sandwich crisp.
Yeah.
Because it really fires it up a bit.
I forgot these. I'm devastated. I forgot these.
Are you a fan of them as well?
Oh, they would have been at least in like my top 5. I cannot believe that I've forgotten these.
I mean, the sensation range is sensational. Most of them are pretty damn perfect, aren't they? The excuse me, the balsamic onion ones are perfect. The chicken and thyme are probably the best flavored chicken crisp. But to me, the original sweet chili ones, oh yes.
Do you know, I love them so much. I did overdose on them.
Right.
And I haven't touched them for years now. I do get a little bit of indigestion after eating them as well. So I have to be careful with things like that at my age. So, but I appreciate, they're a good crisp.
They really are. They really
very
are.
nice. Yeah. Right. My number 6 is the good old Quaver.
Oh.
I think again, not quite as cheesy as the extra cheese M&S ones. But I got a feeling. I think it's another one of those ones that will melt on your tongue, or just melt you. You don't crunch them; you just put them in your mouth and then let nature take its course. And then, like a fly, it melts it down into this gunk that you then just like slurp back down your esophagus. There you go. I can't get any more graphic. I can't get any more graphic than that. But yeah.
Quavers, they bought the prawn cocktail back recently, didn't they? For a limited time.
Did they?
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Now you're talking.
But
I prefer the prawn cocktail to the original cheese.
But I think they've gone again. I think it was only for a limited time. So
why did they do that to us?
Why didn't I get the memo? They could have sent me an email about that, for crying out loud. I didn't know that at all. I missed the whole prawn cocktail.
They did prawn cocktail and salt and vinegar.
Wow.
Quavers.
That's a taste sensation.
Oh, it's
I like it when you find a really mini Quaver in your packet. Have you ever found like a
yes?
But they're usually really hard though.
Yes.
It's like they haven't had that, cooking process maybe.
Yeah.
It's like when I found a mini pom bear, it hadn't been through the kind of baking process, and it's this tiny little pom bear, and it looked like the teddy of one of the the baked pom bears. It was so sweet. I think I ate it anyway.
I was going to say, did you feel sorry for it, or did you wait for it to grow and nurture into a pom bear?
No, it's a crisp. Twit.
But it's not extra cheesy though, is it? No. Okay, right. Faye, you're number 5.
Okay, it's Smith's spicy tomato snaps.
Wow.
What a retro crisp. It just reminds me of my childhood and going to the tuck shop at primary school. Remember when primary schools used to have tuck shops? I tried to get my daughter Nancy onto them, and she just was not bothered at all. But I just love the taste, that kind of spicy tomato. Imagine there's loads of lovely seasoning, paprika, that kind of thing. And the same as Quavers, you just let them dissolve on your tongue, and it's just this lovely gooey mess. And yeah, again, there's just not enough in a packet, but I love them. I love snaps so much.
Great
do they still do them?
Yeah
They sell them at the shop, just down the road. Yeah.
God, I haven't had them for years.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
They're
another
a
one to add.
modifying crisp.
Another one to add to the list.
I think they did
Okay.
cheesy snaps at one point, but
But
I
were
haven't
they
seen-
extra cheesy though, Faye?
They
Come on,
weren't,
were they
no.
extra
I
cheesy?
wouldn't bother with those, but yeah, spicy tomato.
Wow, nice. Okay, then Neil, you're number 5.
Well, talking of tangy tomato flavour of Mackey's tangy tomato. Absolute.
Mackies.
You never had Mackey's crisps? They're a Scottish brand. They sell them down here now. I was really enamoured. I found them in Asda, and they did a honey and mustard flavoured crisp, and it was joy. But they soon went. But now they do tangy tomato, they do pickled onion, and all these sort of flavours. And I find their flavours are very strong, so you have to be into the strength of the flavour. But their tangy tomato is sublime. It really does have a tomatoey aftertaste. So.
Well, that's handy considering they're called tangy tomato.
Exactly, but some of the things they call these crisps, if you were to have a blind test, I would say 50% of crisps, you wouldn't have a bloody clue what they were.
They taste really nothing like, if you think what prawn cocktail tastes like in reality, it's nothing like the crisp, is it?
No, not at all.
So Neil, would you have this tomato crisp on a tomato sandwich?
Yeah. Well, I would have cheese and tomato, and then I'd load it up with a bit of crunch from the crisps.
Nice.
Me and Pav have spoken about this. I've had a cucumber sandwich. I've had a jam sandwich, but I've never just had a plain tomato sandwich. It's always been ham and tomato, or cheese and tomato, or spam and tomato, or whatever.
See, just that question, Faye, is why you're one of the leading journalists in the country.
Thanks.
You know, a tomato sandwich, would you have the tangy tomato crisps on them?
Yeah.
What a great question.
It's searching questions like that that's, got me where I am today, basically.
But if you haven't tried Mackey's, there you go. I'll big them up. They're well worth trying. They're they're a Scottish crisp, but they're
always
great.
happy to take on a recommendation.
We'll add it to the list.
We'll add it to the list.
Okay, my number 5 is another one that goes with something. Although they are classic to start with, is the Walker's Ready Salted Crisp, but with a pickled egg. You have to have a pickled egg inside the bag. You just have to. It's the law.
I knew this nonsense would kick off tonight.
You're not a pickled egg fan?
I love pickled eggs, but don't make the crisps soggy. Don't put Worcester sauce. Don't put Worcester sauce in a packet.
Oh no, that's part of my childhood.
Some of the best.
It's supposed to be crispy.
But when you get to the bottom of the bag and like all the juices are swilling around with the ends of the crisps.
That sounds like the bottom of my bin. No, I just wouldn't eat that.
But it's all tangy and I've had ready salted crisp without pickled eggs, obviously, or put a pickled onion in there, but something pickled. Put something pickled in.
No, would you gherkin it?
Oh, I've never tried it. I've never tried gherkin it. No.
I'm seeing a pattern here with you, Pavo, and it's like crisps with something. The idea of a packet of crisps is that you enjoy it on its own.
It has to be.
It's a lonesome snack.
It has to be. My next one is that with a side of steak. That's what I have. That's be something with it.
Just talking about your dinner now.
Yeah, exactly. Just with a packet of crisps just on the side. Right then, Faye, you're number 4.
Number 4 is specifically Co-op Streaky Crispies. Oh. Do you know what I'm talking about? No. So Frazzles, bacon fries. Okay.
But
again, I can eat the whole big packet in one go. They're salty, they're light, they're crunchy. Just lovely. Co-op, brilliant.
Wow. We'll have to try them on the barbecue flavouring test as well.
Yes.
See if it holds up.
Was this an experiment then with the barbecue? What were you trying to prove or disprove?
No, we had a little bit of a meet up in my back garden, and the fire pit was going, and everybody had brought a little bit of food. So we just wondered what each bit of food would taste like if we held it over a flame. So
we started with s'mores first, didn't we?
We did have s'mores
first, and then it was like, well, what would this taste like? And then what would this taste like?
And then we had a little bit of like ham and stuff like that, and then we put ham with a bacon frazzle, and some of it was nice, some of it wasn't so nice, but it was an experiment. I'll put it that way.
Was for sure.
It was an experiment. Neil, then you're number 4.
Walker's classic cheese and onion.
Oh,
just a great bag of crisps. When you get the multi-pack that we always used to be able to get was, I mean, I was lucky because I'll come to the other flavors in a minute, but the cheese and onion always used to go first out of the pack. And so it was always a bit of a scrabble, but yeah, it's the iconic cheese and onion to me.
Yay, there's that iconic word.
There it is.
Iconic,
That's the one. That's the one that shines above all else on the cheese and onion front.
That's weird because when we have multi-packs and the kids like pick it off like it's a carcass, and you've got then all you have left is cheese and onion.
What in the
So
Walker's pack?
weird.
Well, it would depend. Whatever multi-pack we're getting, whether it's just Tesco's own or Walker's or Golden Wonder, it's always the cheese and onion that are left.
Well, you see, in my house, it's the other way around. I'd come back and, just fancy some cheese and onion. No, Dad, they're all gone. But yeah, my son accused me of that one being really vanilla. I said, no, it's not. It's a great flavour.
No, and you can't help what you like, and it's a classic, isn't it? I'm afraid it doesn't appear on my top 10, but I'm now regretting not adding it because you can't beat it, can you?
Just can't go wrong with that one.
With a pint, with a nice pint.
And a pickled egg.
And a pickled egg.
Or onion.
Or an onion, yeah. Obviously, my number 4 we've already had, which was the Bbq Pringles. So straight on to your number 3 then, Faye.
Okay, it is Mcvitty's cheese and onion Crinklies. So do you know what I mean by this? They're little discs and they're like corrugated. If you imagine what corrugated iron looks like, little wavy.
Yes.
I discovered these fairly recently on a camping trip in Devon, and my friends Jane and Mike had bought this box of these crisps, and there was like, I don't know, 24 packets in there, and they were sharing them out with the kids, and then I had a packet as well. I was like, oh my goodness, I've just died and gone to heaven. These are amazing. So yeah, they're just very Moorish. You can get slightly bigger packets of these as well because the little packets are just tiny, and I've eaten them in like 10 seconds. But yeah, you can get the slightly bigger packets as well. But yeah, they're gorgeous.
That's going on the list. I've never tried them. Are they similar to like cheddars?
Yes, yeah, same kind of texture. And so yeah, is that a crisp or is it a savory biscuity thing? I don't know. It is a crisp, isn't it? It is a crisp.
I didn't even realize Mcvitty's made those kind of things. I think Mcvitty's is like digestives and sweet biscuits.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're really good.
Okay, they're another one to try then. And do they do different flavors or is it just cheese and onion?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I think they do salt and vinegar and ready salted. I'm pretty sure because you can get multi-packs of them.
Another one to add to the list. Yes. Neil, then you're number 3.
So you remember Crunches? Do you remember the wheat crunches?
Oh yes,
wheat crunches.
The Worcester sauce flavour.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they still do them in the multi-packs and they're still just as divine as ever. They're a great snack.
They had a kick on them as well, didn't they?
They did. To me, that's my favourite Worcester sauce flavour, Chris. I don't mind the Walker's ones, but the rest seem to be a bit subpar, but they are top dog.
Yeah, the spicy tomato flavour is lovely, isn't it?
They're all good in them, actually. They do bacon, spicy tomato, and the Worcester sauce in the multi-pack. And it's nice to mix
I can't believe I forgot about those.
There's so many crisps that are so nice.
Honestly, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
I said to Pab, it'd be really easy to do a top 20, to be honest.
Easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Now, obviously, with things like Monster Munch, you had 3 flavors with that, and there's 2 that I like and 1 I don't like. The next one I got for number 3, which are knickknacks, and with the 3 flavors that they do, I think I love all 3 flavors, and I'm not sure why I didn't put another one of them in the top 10, but nice and spicy is the one I've got for number 3.
The orange packet.
The orange packet. Now, the only trouble with these are why I equate a little bit to the Toblerone of chocolate in the fact that they hurt when you eat sometimes. If you happen to have maybe like a mouth ulcer or something, they're angularly and all different shapes and sizes, and if you don't put them in your mouth right, they'll scratch the roof of your mouth and then ruin the rest of the pack. I've been on real journeys with these packs of crisps with these snacks, but they taste lovely. They are, and I think you've got nice and spicy. You've got there's a hot one, isn't there?
Yeah,
lemony fishy one.
And lemon and a lemon scampi one.
Yeah. Oh, they really make your fingers smell, don't they?
Hence why I always eat those knickknacks in the pack. So I literally tip the pack in my mouth as I eat them. I don't even use my fingers because they're really small packs. Yeah.
Faye,
well, you can get the bigger
Faye, don't ever do that again.
Sorry. Somebody's going to take a screen grab.
But no, they're the small packs are just ideal to tip straight in, at the multi.
But then how dangerous is that? Because they're going to fall into your mouth in all different kinds of angles. And before you know it, one's going to shoot out of your nose through your top lip because they're all.
Well, so far so good, Pav.
You've done well.
So far so good. No injuries yet.
What a great name for a crisp as well. I think we should all say knick-knack at the same time.
Yes, go on then. 1, 2, 3.
Knick-knack.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Hey, listener, that was over Zoom. Do you know how hard it is to do the same thing over Zoom with 3 people?
Sync. We synced.
Sync. Right then. That was my number 3. So Faye, you're number 2.
Okay. So Neil said earlier on that he can't think of a better barbecue flavour than Pringles. Well, get a load of this. Bobby's barbecue sauce potato snacks.
Wow.
With an X. This has been a revelation, this packet of crisps, because it's a fairly new discovery. So I'll say kind of in the last 5 years. It was when Claire Carter was still working at BBC Radio Gloucestershire, and we'd work on a Saturday together. And after a Friday night, we've been out, late night, and sometimes a bit, feeling a bit tired the next day and just needed a little pick me up. So I would traipse off down to the local shop on London Road, and I just discovered these crisps, and I'd buy a couple of cans of Coke and take these back to the newsroom. And Claire was like, "What are these?" And they are just amazing. They're like, if you've never seen them before, they're like, what shape are they? Kind of oval shaped, lattice. So there's air in the middle, super crunchy, and they're just amazing.
I've never heard of them before at all.
Fantastic hangover cure.
And are they still available now?
Absolutely, yeah. They sell them. Our shop down the road has got such a brilliant selection of crisps. I love going in there every time. It's like, but
Bobby's crisps are really good for their flavour because they do those prawn cocktail spirals, don't they? And they're absolutely divine. I'd forgotten to put them on my list.
Yeah, I used to work in sales. This is like years ago for a website company, and we used to go out for our lunch hour, go to the local shop, and they had the best range of Bobby's crisps ever, and we'd just get through the whole range of Bobby's crisps. But yeah, they're really good crisps.
I've never heard of them before. Christ, this list is just going on and on and on.
Say goodbye to your shins, Pav.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, God almighty. Right then, Neil, you're number 2.
Classic Walker's salt and vinegar. It was always my go-to in that multi-pack. That's why I said I was never overly upset with the rest of the family for nicking all the cheese and onion, because salt and vinegar was always left. And you spoke about the pickled egg. That's my favourite one to put the pickled egg in. I love the Walker's salt and vinegar.
Extra salt and vinegar.
extra. I don't think they do that, do they?
Well, I'm just saying, you got the pickled egg, so you got the extra salt and vinegar.
Yeah. It's a great one it's a great one to put in a sandwich. Salt and vinegar gives that great sort of accompaniment to anything that you do. I like a Marmite and salt and vinegar crisp sandwich.
Yeah, so now you're talking. Brilliant. That's a tosh.
Why? What's wrong with Marmite?
Yeah. Although I love Marmite crisps. Marmite. I don't know if they still do them, but I used to love Marmite crisps.
Yeah, and Twiglets. Twiglets are Marmite, aren't they?
Yeah, very Marmite-y.
Twiglets indeed. Okay, my number 2 is sea salt and balsamic vinegar kettle crisps.
Ew.
Have you never had them? So the kettle crisps.
Yeah. Those are our kind of like, if we're having a dinner party, friends round, those will be the things that go out, but not on my list tonight.
They are the ones that I have a whole way of eating them. So you lick your lips, you lick your fingers, you lick your fingers, you then pick up a crisp, wipe your fingers all over the crisp, eat the crisp, do that for the whole pack, wait till you get to the bottom, and then lick you've now got a good amount of goo all over your 3 fingers, then rub it into the end of the bag with the bits, and then suck your fingers until all of the goo is gone from under your fingernails and everything. It's a beautiful way to eat a packet of crisps.
Do you eat crisps with 3 fingers or 2 fingers and your thumb?
Chopsticks, isn't it?
2 fingers and a thumb. So it'll be, you will grab the crisp and you'll rub your fingers and your thumb over the crisp.
Again, you're such a weirdo.
And it picks out all of the salty vinegary-ness. But the crisps are also lovely because they're those real, like, brittle, crispy crisps that have been, I don't know, cooked.
But doesn't you rubbing your fingers all over them before you eat them make them a bit like flavourless?
No, because it takes the excess salt and vinegar, because these are extra salt and vinegar now. you take the excess off, and they're still salty and vinegar.
I mean, I'm all for sucking the fingers after a packet of crisps.
Yes, but I wish you wouldn't do it to mine when I'm eating a packet of crisps.
But I don't purposely rub my fingers all over it. I just have whatever's left.
Try it.
Very odd.
Try it
very
next
odd
time.
way.
Just,
Wow.
all I'm
We'll give it a
asking,
go.
both of you, is just to try it once. That's all I'm asking.
Got to be more open-minded about
I think so.
how you consume crisps.
I think so. Right. So before we go to our number ones, Faye, if you'd like to just run through your number 10 to number 2, then Neil will do the same, I'll do the same, and then we'll reveal our number 1.
Okay, in at number 10, Walker's Pickled Onion Monster Munch. In at number 9, Walker's Prawn Cocktail. In at number 8, Walker's Sensations Poppadoms. In at number 7, Walker's Cheese and Onion Squares. 6, Marks and Spencer's Extra Cheesy Tasters. 5, Smith's Spicy Tomato Snaps. 4, Co-op Streaky Crispies. 3, I don't know why that's just make me it's just so ridiculous.
This is going in stone. This is going on a tablet. This is...
in my bedroom.
Faye is thinking, why did I spend years at university for journalism for this?
That is why.
So, Faye, what number do you got to number 4, I think.
3, Mcvitty's Cheese and Onion Crinklies. Which always remind me of my husband. And in at number 2, Bobby's Barbecue Sauce Potato Snacks.
Thank you. And that is probably the most professional one that we've had. I love the fact you went in at number 10. Like last week, it was just outside the top 10. This week, it's in at number 10. Okay, Neil, give us your rundown.
Here we go. Number 10, just onion rings, the good old fluffy onion rings. 9, Flaming Hot Monster Munch. Number 8, Barbecue Pringles. Number 7, Bacon Frazzles. 6, Sweet Chili Sensations. Number 5, I'm not looking, Mackey's Tangy Tomato. Number 4, Classic Cheese and Onion. Number 3, Wheat Crunches Worcester Sauce Flavour. And number 2, Walker's Salt and Vinegar.
Well done. Okay, my number 10 was Tesco cheese balls. Number 9, poppadoms. Number 8, beef monster munch. Number 7, straight in prawn crackers. Number 6, down 2 from last week's number 4, it's quavers. And number 5, Walker's ready salted with a pickled egg, not half. 3 is barbecue Pringles. And number 4, barbecue Pringles. 3, nice and spicy knickknacks. And straight in at number 2 this week, sea salt and balsamic vinegar kettle chips.
Vinegar.
So Faye,
Right.
what is your number 1?
So they have been mentioned already tonight, but specifically Aldi's onion rings.
Wow.
The whole family loves these. They are tasty, crispy, salty, oily. They're fun to eat, as in you can break them in half and pretend you've got tusks coming out of your mouth, or you can wear them as spectacles. They're just brilliant. And again, I can eat the whole packet in one sitting. Good on you, Aldi, and your onion rings.
Fair play.
I will purposely try them. I will be shopping tomorrow night, so I will put them on my list.
Yes, Aldi, we are available for sponsorship, especially your onion rings. Number 1. Look at that. Go on then, Neil. What's your number 1?
Well, Faye had this in her top 10 is the Walker's Prawn Cocktail. I love them. So every lunchbox you will find, I'll have a bag of Walker's Prawn Cocktail in every day I take to work. I don't get bored of them. They've always been my favourite flavour. But alas, they, like Faye said, they don't really taste a prawn cocktail. I don't know what they taste of, really. Probably the dressing more. But yeah, what a great crisp. Great.
Would you say they're iconic, Neil?
Well, I've already used that once. They're legendary.
Oh, nice. That's what I like to see.
Legendary.
Fair play. Okay. Well, my number 1 goes along the same line, but it's Tesco's Finest Prawn Mary Rose crisps.
Ooh.
And they are my go-to if we ever were going to have like a pig out night where we buy a packet of crisps. It would have been the sweet chili ones, which I can't believe I never put in my top 10. But then I saw the Prawn Mary Rose ones. So I'm going to give them a try. And they are, you think things are a taste sensation. They are a taste sensation. They taste like a prawn Mary. They taste like a prawn cocktail. That's the difference. They are unbelievable. And they're a good, solid crisp as well. Not just the fact that they taste nice, but they are a good, almost like a kettle crisp, you know, that sort of more rigid, crispy crisp. But they are amazing.
Never tried them, never heard of them. So
but I will now.
The Tesco Finest ones are just absolutely to die for. They are,
because I tried the Tyrrell's Posh Prawn Cocktail because I thought, oh, they'll be good. A whole world of disappointment they were.
Yeah, because I think it's Tyrrell's that make the sea salt and balsamic vinegar ones that I had at number 2.
Right.
But yeah, Tesco Finest. I be every little helps.
Wow.
What a list! When you next see us, Faye, we'll be double the size.
You won't be able to get into your house for Christmas.
Oh my goodness! Right, we've got some honourable mentions here. So Mary Jane Sims said, "I love salt and vinegar squares."
Oh, nice!
They make my tongue go all numb, but I love them. She said. Joseph Rendell said a favourite has gone and needs to come back. Worcestershire sauce tangy twiglets.
Oh,
so we mentioned the twiglet. I didn't realize they did a Worcestershire sauce flavour. I thought
Worcestershire.
Christ almighty. I'm in a non-crisp coma. That's what it is. And Jane Cope actually replied to that, said, yes, bring back tangy twiglets.
I don't remember those.
There you go. At Robin Photoman on Twitter said, the best I find is Walker's, a nice flavour and crunch to it. Cheese and onion were the flavours. Our friend Stu Grant said Frazzles, McCoy's salt and vinegar. McCoy's are the ones with the ridge, aren't they?
Ridges, yeah.
Yeah.
Beef hula hoops, salt and shake. Oh, I remember salt and shake.
Yeah.
Smith's,
Yeah, hot Ribena, a bag of salt and shake, and watching Get Some In on a Thursday night.
Well, there you go. That was in my facts. They emerged in the 1920s. Smith's salt and shake.
Get Some In wasn't in the 1920s, Neil. It was the 70s, I'll have you know. And also he said Walker's ready salted. Dave Wadge, happy birthday, Dave, as we're recording this. It's his birthday today. Cheese and onion hula hoops. God, that was so Alan Partridge then. Cheese and onion. Cheese and onion. Back of the net. Laura Gollop said Royster's T-bone steak flavour.
They're a bit too beefy for me, those are.
What, the steak flavours? Really?
Yeah, too beefy, yeah.
Oh, okay. Helena White, in no particular order. Knick-knacks, nice and spicy. Knick-knacks, ribbon saucy. Walker's prawn cocktail. Walker's chicken. McCoy's steak. Kettle crisp, lightly salted. Onion rings. Hula hoops beef. Watsits and quavers. Oh, there you go. I'm getting more and more Alan Partridge. I got to stop.
We were just watching with glee.
Amy Patton, all crisps except onion rings.
Oh,
Controversial.
No,
Amy,
controversial.
Amy.
Tangy tomato fish and chips. Remember those?
Fish and chips,
They're
yeah.
another one to rub your fingers around. It's
Yeah.
the fish and chips.
Unless you got a cut on your finger.
Yeah. Space Raiders. Remember them?
Love Space Raiders.
Yeah.
And Transformer snacks. Skips, Frazzles, Quavers.
Yeah.
At Chris_Pocket. Lonely God Crisps. Now they were the ones on Twitter. He said they are from was it Taiwan? He said they were from. They're they're like the potato twists.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
nobody's ever heard of them.
No, I had
Not
to,
in this threesome anyway.
yeah,
but
I had to Google the Lonely God Crisps. And
he was just showing off that
I
he's
think-
travelled. And
I think
Yeah.
so. Kim Penniston said, "I love a salt and vinegar McCoys and Worcester sauce French fries."
Oh, yeah. I
French
forgot about
fries.
them.
French fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great for doing your fangs, Faye.
Yeah,
Yes.
good. And you can
Yes.
like that.
You
Yeah.
can indeed.
Again, screen grab.
Again, screen grab, yeah. And
It's quite a small one, wasn't it?
Neil. And at this one, Samantha said, "Great topic for a top 10, but so hard to choose. Probably pickled onion flavored Space Raiders by KP Snacks.
Nice.
Yum." So there you go.
KP.
There was even a few on there that we hadn't had before. So thank you very much for all of your feedback there.
What I don't know whether you've noticed about your list. I you know, because I kind of look at data sometimes and see if there's any patterns emerging, and from my own list there's just absolutely no rhyme nor reason to what I like. And that's what's so great about Chris, you know, a universal love of just everything and every flavor and shape and size. They're just brilliant. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's also, I mean, like whenever my wife never asks what crisps we want, she just buys them. But you know that when you look in the basket, I'm going to like at least 2 or 3 flavors that's there. But then for special occasions, you go out and you get your special finest prawn cocktail, or if you're having a dinner party, you spend that little bit of extra money on the really nice ones, so people think that's what you eat all the time.
But I prefer Walkers over the posh brands.
I think you can't go wrong with Walkers.
No.
You really, really can't go wrong with Walkers.
You know, those posher brands, I think they're not a patch on the old Walkers at all.
No. And I will link Walkers into the link for
They'll
this
love that.
episode and say, Walkers, you should listen to this. Wow, you're getting big love.
I'll just tell you a really quick little thing about me complaining about this. Was New Kids on the Block, because I mean the crisp market is saturated, isn't it? But it was a slightly upmarket crisp, new to the market. And I was really excited when I saw them in our local supermarket. Bought a packet and I couldn't finish the packet. They were so disgusting, the flavour.
Really?
So I told the manufacturer, I sent an email to the manufacturer and I said, and I was really nice and diplomatic about it, because obviously somebody put lots of money into this new product. And I said, it's like nobody's tasted it before it's got onto the shelf. It was just horrible. And I said, I am a crisp fanatic, but you really got to go back and sort your flavorings out. And they got back to me and they said, thank you for your feedback. Perhaps you'll enjoy trying our other flavors. And I was waiting so we'll send you, a refund, or we'll send you some of our other flavors. That was it.
Right.
At all.
What flavor was it?
Hey,
what flavor was it that you didn't like?
I won't say, because we'll just give it away. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But I thought, but there's nothing that will make me want to buy any of the other flavors, because this one is so disgusting. But anyway.
Right. Well, I can remember Walkers, weren't they were trailing some new flavors, and it was like you could choose between this one and this one. And one of them was, I think, English breakfast.
Yeah.
And I remember eating it, and it tasted like egg. And you should never have egg flavored crisps. It was
unless you put your pickled egg in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you're having a pickled onion because it doesn't taste like egg, does it? It tastes like vinegar.
Well, an onion wouldn't, would it?
But when you open the bag, it just tasted like it smelled like a fart. It smelled like an eggy fart. And it was, I thought, oh my God, if they vote this one in,
Yeah. What about the hedgehog? Do you remember the hedgehog flavour?
Yeah, they were
What
lovely.
does the hedgehog
I
taste?
They were
don't-
gorgeous.
I never
They
had
were
them,
nice.
but yeah, was that Walker's as well? Was it?
No, that was a brand of their own. They dissolved. I actually Googled it because I thought, are they something you can still get? Because they were really tasty, but no, they've dissolved. And it was just, that's all they did. Hedgehog flavored crisps.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
I couldn't verify whether it tasted like hedgehog.
No.
I'm sure somebody will.
Well, it probably tasted like as hedgehog as much as the prawn cocktail crisps taste like prawn cocktail. So
Yeah.
Why not ask a
Yes.
badger? A badger would be able to tell you.
there you go.
Yeah.
Have you eaten badger, Neil?
Not that
Let's
I'm
not
aware
go
of.
down that route.
Yeah,
We're
not
gonna
that I'm aware of.
No. But again, I've said this nearly every episode. I'm surprised we haven't had more duplicates. I really thought we were going to get a couple more. I think we've only had one. The Bbq Pringles was the only duplicate we had. Apart from onion rings.
And prawn cocktail, but mine was number one, whereas Faye's wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, specific ones as such, but unbelievable. So, Neil, do you want to tell everybody how they can get in touch with us and listen and follow and all that jazz?
Of course I can. So you can find us on all the social medias at Top 10 Pods. That's TOPTEN pods. Email us at toptenpods@hotmail.com. Come and help support the podcast at patreon.com/top10pods, where you can get rewards such as our episodes super early, bonus episodes, behind the scenes videos, and even a chance to be on a guest on your own episode. You can check out all the links via Linktree, which you can find the link in the show notes. And then please come and subscribe and leave us a rating review on Apple Podcasts, or subscribe and follow on Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your crispy podcasts from.
Wonderfully done, Neil. So, Faye, what are you up to at the moment? Are you just working hard, are you? Or
Working hard. I've just been producing a load of content for Climate Change Week on BBC Radio Gloucestershire, leading up to COP26. I'm still working for Radio 4. I did a bit of farming the other day. That was exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, and the
Nice.
listening project continues. I've got lots of pet portraits to paint leading up to Christmas. So yeah, I am mega busy. But yeah,
so
I'm well.
the pet portraits, have you got a Facebook page and stuff for that, have you?
I have. It's Faye Hatcher art. Thanks for the plug, mate.
We'll put the link in the show notes, mate.
Oh,
That's what we'll do.
mate.
Because I have to say, I'm very impressed. I didn't realize just how much of an artist you are.
Thank you very
Amazing
much.
artist.
Yes, fantastic. Yeah. So where did that all come from then?
I don't know. It's just always been there. I went to art college and didn't really do anything for years and years and years, and then I just started up again. I think it was during kind of lockdown. It really ramped up. But yeah, now I do it, and people are willing to pay for painting. So yeah, it's just there.
Brilliant.
Thank
We
you.
will
Brilliant.
put the show note, the link in the show notes. So if anybody wants to have a look and maybe order one and get one, what's the word? Submitted? No, is it
Commissioned.
commissioned? That's the word. Maybe have something extra cheesy.
You
Maybe.
two tonight have been extra cheesy.
Yay!
Yes, thank you.
Ah, we've been called many things, Neil, but it's the first time we've been called extra cheesy. So that's it. Top 10 crisps done, in the bag, as they say. Like salt and shake. We'll just shake it around, whack a pickled egg in there now, and we are done. So, Neil, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Pav. Thank you, Faye.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting
It's
me
been
along.
lovely to chat to you again, Faye. It's like old times when the three of us get together. You know, who knows what might happen, and and I'm just glad that it happened again on one of our podcasts. Thank you. So that's it. Let's start the countdown.
10,